Oh man, that thing's going forever. And I mean, that was 262 total, compared to not even getting 220 with your other settings. So it picked up like 45 yards.
All right, so I'm here with Tomo Bystead. We are at the Kingdom, and I am testing the all-new Stealth 2 Plus fairway wood. Now, the one really cool thing about this is you guys have built a ton of adjustability in this thing, and we're gonna see the difference between the maxes.
We're gonna see what it can do, yeah.
Yeah, you got something here with the new Stealth 2 that's really designed for ultimate adjustability.
Yeah, and you know, the goal here is really to be able to dial in any player into the right window. You know, fairwoods is so tricky because, you know, how do you use it? Do you use it off the tee, the fairway? Do you like to hit it high, low? Do you try to land it on a green? You know, there's all sorts of different usage scenarios. And a lot of times one club doesn't work for all those situations, but here's a club that you can adjust almost endlessly with both loft and this weight to get you really get in those settings that you need to have. Yeah, one of the things that we like about it is that weight adjustment is really independent. It doesn't really affect your launch angle. So you kind of get your launch angle dialed in by obviously choosing a 3 or a 5 wood, but then also dialing in the loft. And then you can get your spin adjustment sort of beyond that without really altering how it goes through the turf or how it looks at address or any of that stuff.
So you got 4 degrees of adjustability in loft and a lot of movement at the back. So yeah. Let's take it to the test. So being a strong fairway wood player, what's interesting seeing this 3 wood right now is heads all the way higher, but because of the marking on the top of the face there, it still looks square. Like there's no fear that it looks shut, which is, I know, always a big thing for a lot of people.
Well, that was one of the things we worked on this club was really to make sure that it looked good in all the loft settings.
Yeah. So
we designed that sit point to be sort of, when you get it, especially when you get into those higher lofts, that it doesn't sit closed. That was a big thing for us, and I think we achieved that when you set it down in that higher setting, it looks still like a great fairway wood sitting square behind the ball. Yeah.
So that to me felt like a really normal, solid strike, and that thing went to the moon.
Yeah. So let's look at the numbers. 15.7 launch, over 5,000 RPMs of spin, peak height of over 40 yards. So to your point, it did go to the moon. Solid strike, your smash was like 1.45, your ball speed was good, your distance obviously wasn't so long because it went so high, that went about 220 yards.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the kind of shot that you'd play. Like if you wanted to have like a true 7 wood or even almost like a 9 wood type spin rate, you know, you got your setting right there.
I'm getting it out of a 15-degree 3 wood.
Yeah, pretty crazy. See, that was a great swing. Like if that was your max, right? So that was swing club head speed of 80 miles an hour. That's a beautiful trajectory.
Yeah.
You're maxing out your carry. I mean, that was a good height. That was 20, let's see, about 17 yards up peak height. Smash was 145. You spin right in that 4,000, 4,500 range. Getting it out there, 180, 190. I mean, that's a great shot for somebody who, again, to your point about the slower swing speed player. Yeah.
That's why I wanted to try just like demonstrating that a little bit, is being able to slow it down, because like a lot of times people would assume that a lower speed player would always gravitate towards either like the standard model or the HD model, right? But because you have the adjustability in this, you can really fine tune it. So whether you're a faster player or a slower player, you can really, dial it into that, the needs of that player. Because to your point, not everyone uses the 3 wood the same way.
Exactly. All right, let's switch it up. Let's go full rocket mode.
Now there's always been a stronger lofted 3 wood. You're not doing that with this because of that ability, right?
Exactly. So we stopped carrying the Rocket 3 for that reason, exactly. So we're gonna go full lower. So full lower there. So set it on lower. I'm gonna tighten that up.
I'm really excited to see what happens.
This could be interesting. So we're gonna tighten that up there, and then we're gonna take this weight. So we just loosen that screw. Few turns, and then we can actually take it in this back setting and just slide it in there, tuck it up nice and to the front there, and then just tighten this back down again. And there we go. So now you can see the weight fully in that forward position there.
Like I can visibly see less loft on the golf club, but it still sits square. That's like a neat trick with the top line, because normally when you adjust so much of that golf club, you're going to see it either look like it's going to sit way open or way closed. And the way the top line is done and the way the sole sets,
Yep.
it kind of neutralizes that in both directions.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, wildly different shot than anything you hit earlier. So you were in the 5,000 plus spin with the other one. That came out 3,700 with 8 degrees of launch
More than
instead of like 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than
Let's hit a couple more and take a look. Oh man, that thing's going forever. See how that didn't balloon? That kind of went up. You launched it high actually, but it just flattened out in the air. That was a cool shot. That was 2,900 RPMs. So you went from 5,000 plus to 2,900 RPMs, and that still launched at 12. So again, like moving that weight around didn't really affect your launch angle that much.
Yeah.
But your spin again dropped dramatically, and I mean that was 262 total, compared to not even getting 220 with your other settings. So you picked up like 45 yards. Yeah.
That's so good.
That goes a mile.
And it's still high. Like that's the other thing is, because of my spin, like just the way I hit the golf ball, it's still in the lower setting. It's all the way forward, but I'm still getting the launch, but I'm keeping the spin all the way down.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, like you're in the mid threes for spin there. I mean, that's still really good compared to, again, being in the 5,000 plus range. And most fairwoods, I'm guessing you're going to be in the mid fours probably with the typical fairway wood.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is scrubbing significant spin off it, but you're not losing that launch, which is, again, important to get carry out of a fairway wood.
Well, you know, kind of mentioned with the driver as well, but like, I want to see it up in the air. Like you want to see it carry, you want to feel like there's a lot less resistance in the air than there's on the ground. So if you can get it up and see that, and like, man, that's really cool.